You're weak. You're arrogant. You're not good enough. You're a disappointment.
Those words, maybe they came from someone else. Maybe they came from your own mind. Either way, they have a way of staying with us. Long after the moment is gone, long after the people who said them have moved on, and before we realize it, we start living our lives around them. We choose carefully. We explain ourselves endlessly. We second-guess decisions that once felt right, not because we're unsure of who we are, but because we're afraid of what people might think. The truth is, many of us spend too much energy trying to avoid criticism. We want people to understand us. We want them to approve of our choices. We want reassurance that we're on the right path. But the more we depend on that approval, the more power we give away. Because people will always have opinions. If you take a risk, some will say you're reckless. If you play it safe, others will say you lack ambition. If you focus on your goals, you're selfish. If you prioritize others, you're wasting your potential. No matter what direction you choose, someone will disagree with it. And that's not because you're doing life wrong. It's because everyone sees the world through a different lens. Their experiences are different. Their values are different. Their expectations are different. Trying to satisfy all of them is like chasing a finish line that keeps moving farther away. You never arrive. You only become exhausted. At some point, you have to ask yourself a simple question. Whose life am I living? Because if every decision is filtered through other people's opinions, you'll eventually lose sight of your own voice. You'll stop pursuing what matters to you, you'll stop trusting your instincts, you'll stop being yourself, and that's a high price to pay for approval that may never come. The reality is that criticism is unavoidable. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has been judged. Every person who has ever chosen a different path has been questioned. Every person who has ever stood for something has faced opposition. Not because they failed, but because being visible invites opinions. The goal, then, isn't to eliminate criticism. The goal is to stop letting it control you. Listen when feedback is useful, learn when there's something to learn, but don't hand over the steering wheel of your life to every passing opinion. Not every voice deserves influence, not every judgment deserves your attention, and not every complaint deserves a response. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is keep moving forward. Let people disagree. Let people misunderstand. Let people have their own conclusions. You don't need permission to be who you are. You don't need unanimous approval to pursue what matters to you. And you don't need everyone to be happy with your choices before you take the next step. Because peace isn't found in pleasing everyone. Peace is found in knowing that you acted with honesty, integrity, and courage. The moment you stop carrying the impossible responsibility of making everyone happy, something changes. Life becomes lighter. Decisions become clearer. And the noise that once followed you everywhere begins to fade. So if you're tired of chasing approval, if you're exhausted from trying to meet everyone's expectations, remember this. No matter what you do, someone will criticize you, someone will misunderstand you, someone will wish you had chosen differently. That's life. But your responsibility was never to make everyone happy. Your responsibility is to live your life with purpose. Stay true to your values and keep moving forward despite the noise. And that's more than enough.